prayers over me. Most High, we ask that I may speak with your voice and that we may hear with your. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your nation on my copy. I am the light of the world. Anyone who follows me will have the light of life. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. May Christ be with you.
And also with you.
A reading from the Good News according to the book of Matthew.
Glory to you, O Christ.
You are the salt of the earth. But if salt has lost its taste, how can its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything, but is thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A city built on a hill cannot be hid. People do not light a lamp and put it under the bushel basket. Rather, they put it on the lampstand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your parent in heaven. This is the gospel of our Christ.
Praise to you, O Christ.
Well, it's been another momentous week in some other ways. And these are the times when I really appreciate the fact that the Israelites had so many troubles, because in our times of troubles, their pugnacious hope strengthens me. My newest little chaplain t-shirt says, "Stay salty, get lit." And we had an interesting conversation about it, because the "stay salty" in modern slang is keeping your opinions about the things that aren't good and aren't right and aren't just. Don't let go of the fact that this isn't the way we should be. We should be something else. We should have something else. Stay salty about stuff and get it fixed. And then get lit, I don't think has a current thing, but the last thing I'm aware of has more to do with being high. But you know, when we're talking about queer joy being rebellion, trans joy being revolution, I shared a piece that I want to say it's from Sojourners, but I don't remember. He says on a video he's going to put on the internet. But anyway, it was about how one of the most important revolutionary actions we can take is potlucks and hanging out and doing things together and building community, getting to know each other. You're not going to know who's got easy access to the free dyslexic font if you don't talk to people. You're not going to know who knows how to make inexpensive and fairly safe alcohol stoves to warm tents if you're not talking to people. One of my little geek groups is a medieval group, and I've been really highly amused to see ways to turn the pickle barrels and blue water barrels into protection. And I remember that from my hobby group for doing nightly combat stuff. And I'm really amused at how our little skills translate to other things. But we don't know that if we don't talk to each other. And those moments of having joy are not illicit. They are not illegitimate. They are not somehow lesser than marching and singing and writing. They are core to nourish us for them. And one of the things that I think the church really lost over time is the idea that our Christian duty is this Sunday Mass time. That is so backwards. Our Sunday Mass time is meant to give us food for the journey and equip us for the work of living Christ in the streets, in the office, in the home. This isn't our job. This is our break room. Our job is out there and out there. And none of it works if our job doesn't start in here. If we have bread, we can then share bread. If we have a home, we can bring the unhoused into our home. If we have clothes, we can give it to the people who need it. That's what Isaiah is saying. If you got it, share it. Side note, helps if you got it. Having resources, leveraging the resources you have. There's a reason I brought in that whole little potluck piece. And then the psalm reminds us of something else the church has largely forgotten, which is that in Judaism and in Christ's teachings, righteousness is not whatever you're spouting out of your gob. Righteousness is the work of your hands and your heart, your life. We are known by our fruits. We are known by how we're living. Bishop David Strong all the time. How you live it? He starts most of his homilies that way. How you live it? It's the key question of life. How you live it? Are you living the light? Are you being the salt? And let's remember that we can tell if salt is still being effective by its taste. But salt's taste is actually the minority of what salt accomplishes. Salt makes food safe. Salt preserves. Salt gives essential elements. And salt is a really interesting backhanded teaching, because chemically, salt is two poisons that put together is something we can't live without. Sodium is bad for us. Chloride is bad for us. Sodium chloride, on the other hand, is kind of essential. There's teachings in all these levels. And really, if it wasn't one of our little battery candles, what happens when you put a light under a bushel basket? Is it good for the basket or the home it's in? Or does it make a hot mess? Literally. So if you're gonna light it, you gotta let it shine. You got it. And it makes me think about how last week in our Teach Back session, and I don't think I articulated it during the recorded part, but we ended up with a lighthouses and lifeboats thing. And that's really stuck with me all week. That we need to think about how to be a beacon of hope and light and guidance in this time. And we can be a more effective lighthouse if we, where we are being bashed by the rocks, also have a lifeboat so we can get out if when we need to and come back. Get supplies, get rest, go visit family. Oh, look, we're back at the potluck table. And then Corinthians. Paul got a lot of humbling during his ministry time. And it's interesting because this is 1 Corinthians, which is early on, and he's talking humbly there, and he got a lot more humble after that. Paul, even then, though, knew that his oratory tricks weren't really what changes people. All the strategy we see in Paul isn't what changes people and builds community. It gets the first listen, sure. But the only living comes from seeing someone else living and thinking, oh, I can do that. And so Paul came in humbly, didn't try to play those tricks, admitting weakness. And frankly, I think that that's a key way to do things. Now, partly that might be because I'm so very aware of my own. And I've decided to laugh with it. You're always going to have the slightly rumpled and absent-minded Father Muir. And yet, in my weakness, what is strong is the love. And in the way that we fumble to do things, we are coming together to do things. And our hands together reach to lift and steady each other. And that's what church is. That's exactly what church is. And it's the only thing that's going to save us right now. Is reaching our fumbling hands to steady each other. So check whether what you're doing gives savor to other people's lives and gives health to other people's lives. Maybe helps keep them away from taint. Maybe heals them. Let your presence be as much light as you can gather. And remember, it's our job to reflect light. We don't have to generate it. We just have to spot it and amplify it. QCast videos are, in fact, of the kingdom. Everything that makes us laugh. Everything that makes us light. There's nothing unworthy in that. That's the joy in this world. And our God that seeks community with us loves all the randomness that we are and all the derp that we are. Yeah, there are times to go out and march. And there are times to go sing silly songs. And funnily enough, they're often right next to each other. So I do want us to be salty. And I do want us to be high on God. And if you haven't explored it before, I recommend Rumi to you. Learning to be high on God, drunk on the wonder of creation. And dear Gibson too. Find those joy moments, find those goose pimples. And so what I want to talk about today is what we're doing to restore ourselves as well as visioning what we're doing next. What are we doing to stay salty? And what are we doing to get lit? So let's talk.